Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears of War 5 video. Recently, Gears 5 was announced at E3 2018, debuting with a cinematic gameplay trailer, revealing a whole new story with some interesting hints at the Locust Origins, Swarm leadership, Queen Myrrah, and so much more. Starting off straight away, we begin in an outsider village where either Kate Diaz has just arrived back at the village itself, or that she's been there this entire time and all along as a scouting party have maybe just returned themselves, because she does look fairly worried about what seems like something bad has just happened as the rest of the outsider villagers gather around below. Kate can actually be seen rocking a new style variant of cog armor, and with the snow seen in the background, it does suggest that maybe there's been a time skip of a couple of months to half a year from Gears 4, with this game being set during the winter time. As Kate is making her own way down to the scene below, we get a new look at Del Walker, who also seems to be rocking a winter variant cog armor as well. There's also just this new cog character guy in the backdrop who looks a lot more soldier-like than outsider, possibly meaning that the cog and the outsiders might have come to a peace for now, but they still choose to live separately from one another and not just be merged together under one human faction. Once Kate gets through the crowd, it does seem like somebody very important to her has been killed off, as the body does get covered by a sheet with blood just spilled everywhere. And while we don't get a chance to see who has met their own demise, as Del Walker does hold back the Kate character, the easiest guess would be to make from who we've seen already that it's Oscar, who either never made his way back home after escaping from the inside out of a snatcher, literally, or that maybe Oscar was left in charge of this very own outsider village, which was just maybe attacked, leading to his own losing his own life. With Oscar being the last relative and also her last family member that she had left, with Kate having to kill off her own mother Raina in the previous Gears game, it would actually make a lot of sense for why she shows just such a crazy emotional reaction. As Kate mourns over the body, we get to see a return of a familiar face, with JD Phoenix rocking a whole new look with the shaven head, the thickened beard, and a weird looking device on his right arm. Just like the new COD character, JD seems to be wearing the soldier themed armor compared to the winter style that both Kate and Del are seen in, meaning that maybe JD did return to the COG, separating himself from the other characters as Del chose to stay with Kate and her outsider village. As the new COG character guy, which thanks to JD in the gameplay name is Fazachu Tunny, can be seen equipped with a new Lancer variant, rocking I do believe a new grenade launcher under the barrel itself instead of the traditional chainsaw bayonet. And looking at both JD and the Fazzy characters, it does look like Marcus's Mark III custom Lancer is the standard Lancer model now, just going forward for everybody. With Marcus Phoenix now returning to our site as well, which is just great to see that he still continues to live on, the Coalition haven't killed him off yet, and to be a part of the new ongoing Gears story. Kate's reaction to everybody arguing is actually showing, I do believe the first time, based on the other characters' reactions, the Locust symbol on the back of the outsider pendant that Raina gave Kate, which originally was worn by Queen Myrrah, kind of confirming that Kate's family origins and her connection to the very own previously dismissed Queen Locust Myrrah. JD Phoenix seems to not only have an appearance change, but also a personality and attitude change, as he is seen getting a little bit impatient with the fact that Kate is mourning over a character's death, who then begins to show signs of pain with his weirder looking arm, explaining why he maybe has that strange device on it, which seems to be like a temporary fix to, as it looks like JD is either very severe, crazy bad burns, or that maybe he has a infection. Just before Kate leaves the outsider village with Del following her in pursuit, you can really see the mirror in her as she stares back down to where JD and Marcus are, with a similar expression of the Queen Myrrah's hatred for humanity everywhere. Skipping to somewhere else on planet Sarah, we do get to see a mountain range surrounded by a lake, which to me looks very similar to Mount Kadar, and also the same entrance used by Delta Squad back in the Centaur tank in Gears 2. Kate and Del are having a much easier time crossing the lake though, as they do sail across it with the ability of a new wind-powered light boat, which really gives me like an open world-like vibe, especially because of the next scene where we see Kate and Del accompanied by the return of the old school Jackbot, who has now received a few more upgrades. Switching up from cinematic cutscenes to gameplay though, as Kate and Del can be seen walking through a Pendulum Wars like graveyard, as UIR tanks and bodies in armor can be seen everywhere. With Kate and Del further exploring, it does look like the Coalition Studio are taking us to some brand new, never before explored landscapes in the world of Gears Sierra, but also some recognizable areas as well, as it does seem like Kate and Del are actually right right now walking down the hallway of the Gears 2 New Hope Facility research, where we are introduced to a new looking sign-like creature resembling a lot more Locust this time around, with the armor chosen at hand, but he is actually wielding some crazy, just emulsion crystallized looking powered new weapons, which is what actually Kate is using against some upcoming juvies. With the swarm enemies though, it does seem like the juvies are slightly bigger this time around than the first time we saw them, meaning that maybe the swarm could have evolved even more, just moving into their next stage. Flashes of small sneak peeks here and there where things do really get interesting. We can actually see that the DBs with the cog are fighting alongside you instead of being enemies, until however a crow-like swarm creature can be seen infecting the DBs, almost a floodlight turning them against you, and that poor cog soldier guy just being exploded from the inside out by this wormy-like snake creature that Kate just stabs right in the mouth as his knife executions do get confirmed to be making an awesome return. We then see further evidence of this swarm's ability to infect the DBs, turning a machine into a life form as this DR1 drudge transforms into a fully working firing sentry turret. As Kate is seen walking, trying to sneak through this kitchen right now, it does feel like the horror element is back kind of, and that the swarm are learning and evolving as she is stacked up against all of these DB robots turned into alive creatures that don't give up easily until they are completely destroyed, as you can see by the one just crawling along the floor with no legs. Finishing it off though, we see Kate Diaz pulling her own snub pistol on a surprise Dale Walker character, as it seems like Kate as a character is actually going through some crazy experiences as a connection to the swarm, as the last living descendant of Queen Myrrah plays into her mind on what's right and what's actually wrong. Now from what I can actually tell already, it does seem like Kate Diaz is now the main character that you will be playing as, switching up from being a JD Phoenix in the previous Gears game, as this game does explore a lot more about Kate's family history and deeper into the mystery behind the swarm and their Locust relatives. So there you have it guys, my full breakdown analysis of the Gears 5 gameplay reveal trailer. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your opinion on the Gears 5 reveal gameplay and any of the points that I did brought up in this video? There is actually a lot of interesting concepts and plot holes created by this gameplay trailer alone, which we are definitely going to be exploring into future speculation videos, which you obviously can expect on the channel really real soon. If there is anything that you guys saw during the gameplay trailer that you would like to see me to go into even more detail, definitely let me know below. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.